What is up, my crafty friends? My name is Kerri and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super special to me because y'all are making my sweet mama something special for Mother's Day. I really hope she loves it. This will be our first year without my sister since we lost her in July. And it's going to be so hard on everybody, so I just want to do something extra special for Mama to let her know how much I love her and how much I appreciate everything that she does for us. So if you have ever noticed the picture in the background there, that is actually a picture of me and my sister and my two brothers. And that's one of my favorite pictures because everybody's just smiling and happy. And it was before my sister got sick, and it's one of my favorite pictures in the world. So I really wanted to take that picture and turn it into something special for my mama. So let me show you what I came up with. Isn't it beautiful? I really hope Mama loves it. I know I do. And it's going to be even more special because that's also her favorite picture of us as well. This video is in collaboration with some of my favorite YouTubers out there, so as soon as you're done watching my video, be sure to check the playlist down in the description box below and let them know that Mama Dares To DIY sent you. So keep watching if you want to see how I made this for my mama, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all those notifications. That way you don't miss any upload that I've got coming your way, or if I decide, hey, I'm going to go live, you'll get a notification of that as well. So, are you ready to get started? Let me show you what I did to make this for my mama. Okay, y'all, so let's get started. So, I'm starting off with a 12 by 16 canvas that I picked up from Michael's, and of course, I used my coupon for this. And I'm also going to be using one of the love signs that I picked up from Dollar Tree. Now, I know you may or may not have one of these left over from Valentine's Day, but if you don't, I'm going to make a template of this, and all you've got to do is check the description box, and there'll be a link there, and you can download the link, and all you've got to do is cut this sign out of foam board, and you are on your way to recreating the same project for your mom. Now, I did go ahead and remove the tags off of the back of my sign here, and I went ahead and gave it a coat of paint using my rust-oleum chalk paint in linen white, just so it would have time to dry. But I'm not quite ready to use that, so I'm just going to lay it over to the side. I'm going to start off by doing a reverse canvas. So we're going to flip our canvas over, and I'm just going to take one of my blades here, my little box cutter, I'm going to cut off the canvas. Now, if you want to take the time to remove the staples and do that, you can definitely do that, but I save a lot of time just by using my box cutter. So now that we've got it all loosened, we're going to flip it over. And I honestly do love the Michael's canvases because the back side of them are so pretty. It looks just like a framed picture, doesn't it? Okay, so let's just flatten our canvas out. Kind of get an idea of where it's going to go. And there's several ways that you can do this. You can actually staple this back to the back of your canvas. But I honestly just like to use hot glue. It's a lot quicker. And I can go back and put a few staples in there if I wanted to. But I'm just going to use my hot glue to get it started. There we go. So I'm just going to take my same box cutter and trim off the edge here before we move on to the next step. Okay, so while I move on to the next step, I'm just going to set this out of the way until I'm ready to come back to this because we've got a few more things before we're ready to put it all together. So for the next part, I did design my words in Canva. And it's going to say, a mother's love is forever. And I've got something special planned for inside of the heart here. And I'm super excited to see what that's going to look like. But if you want to use the same exact words that I did, then I will put a link to those down below, along with the love sign if you want to cut that out of foam board if you don't have one of these on hand. So, not ready for this yet. I just wanted you to see what it was going to look like. So, like I said, I've gone ahead and designed this, and I cut out around it because I'm going to use this as a little cheat sheet because my handwriting is not great. I totally admit that. It's kind of atrocious, actually. But the way that we're going to transfer this is super easy. So, we're just going to flip it over. And I held this up to a window, and I just used my mechanical pencil and traced around all of the letters. Just like that. And after I get everything outlined standing next to the window, I'm just going to use my pencil and press down really hard so that I get a really thick line. I want to make sure that I can see my lines super good. Okay, so now let's just give a dry run to see how everything is going to look. Now, I will be honest, I'm not 100% sure what color I want to paint the love part of my project yet. So I'm just going to kind of give everything a dry run first. I'm thinking I want to do it black. I just want to be sure. Okay, I really think I like the way this looks. And now I want to tape it down with my tape just to make sure that it does not move, since I know this is where I want it to be. Okay, so I can move this out of the way now. And now I'm going to take my little embossing tool, and I picked this up from the Dollar Tree. And it's just a little ball tool with 2 different size balls. Now, if for some reason you don't have one of these, the end of a paintbrush works really well too. You just want something that's kind of rounded on the edge. So all we have to do is just take our little ball tool, and I'm going to be using the bigger ball today. And we're just going to rub. Okay. See how clear that comes through? It really does make doing hand lettering projects so easy. Okay, so now that we've got all of this transferred on, I'm going to take my Arteza paint pens, and I'm going to use the black, and I'm just going to go right over this. Now, the thing that I really love about the Arteza pens is it comes with a blunt tip on there, but they also have a chisel tip and a pointed tip that you can change those to if you don't want the blunt tip. But I'm going to be using the blunt tip today. Before I paint the love part of my sign, I am going to go ahead and add in the decorations for the corners. And for that, I'm going to be using this calendar that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. As soon as I saw this, I instantly knew that I wouldn't be using it for a calendar, but I love all of the flowers that are in this calendar. It's got tons of different ones, and it's by an artist named Tara Moss. But look at some of these. Aren't they just gorgeous? I love these. But the one that I decided to use was from the month of May. And I've gone ahead and cut a few of the pieces out. And I just use my little bitty Fisker scissors. And I just cut out around some of the flowers. Just kind of pick out some that you like. I'm going to hold on to these because I may go back in and cut out some of the leaves just to fill in some space. But I think this will give me some good pieces to get started. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Mod Podge. I'm just going to pour a little bit in my bowl. I'm going to do a dry run first and just make sure that I know where I want everything to go. Okay, I really like how this is turning out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge all of these pieces down, and then I'll go back in and maybe fill in with some of the smaller pieces. Just like that. Okay, I'm totally loving how this looks. So I'm going to take my paintbrush now, and I'm just going to Mod Podge these pieces in place. And I'm just using straight Mod Podge here. So I've just decided to paint the love part black because I've got a picture of me and my sister and my two brothers that I'm going to put behind this picture. And I think painting it black is just going to make the photo pop that much more. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this black using my Arteza acrylic paint. Okay, so now that my love sign is totally dry, I just wanted to show you what I decided to do. Because my picture background was white, I decided to leave the inside of the heart white so that my picture would pop that much more. And this is one of my favorite pictures of my sister and me and my two brothers. And I'm just going to glue that right into my picture frame. I did go ahead and trace around it so I would know where it's supposed to line up down here, just to make things a little bit easier. Now let's see if I can get this lined up. Okay, there it is. Now all that's left to do is to center that up on my picture. And then I'm going to Mod Podge everything one final time, just so that it's all sealed in and it's nice and it has a finished look. Okay, it's looking so awesome, but I've got one more touch that I want to add. And I just want to add a little bit of stitching just to define my love words. And I'm just using my Arteza paint pen. Now this I did change out to the chiseled tip. And literally all I'm going to do is just to outline it to make it look like it's stitched. here it is all finished, and I know without a doubt that my mama is absolutely going to love it. Now I do have one last step to do before I call this done, and that's going to be to seal the entire project with my Mod Podge, and I am going to use the matte Mod Podge. So give me just 1 second to seal it with my Mod Podge, and I will be back to show you what it looks like sitting up on my stand, and then I'm going to get this baby in the mail to my mama for Mother's Day. So give me just 1 second. Okay, y'all, here is our finished piece, and I think it turned out perfect. Putting our photo in the middle of the love sign was absolutely the perfect thing to do, don't you think? I cannot wait for Mother's Day so my mama can open this. That does it for today's video, y'all. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. And until next time, happy DIYing, y'all.